Hello twin flames and welcome to your daily check-in for Monday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in the Divine Structure deck for the question today to see what we need to focus on. And if you would like a personal reading with me, I am available right now. You can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. Okay, let's connect then. And we are on a new moon today as well, so there's lots of power flowing in, lots of changes, an opportunity to give back to the self today. So we've got one card flying out the deck and one card making itself known. So the energy today is, will they leave the karmic energy? Now this has been coming up, so maybe you're thinking, are they going to divorce them? Are they going to leave? And should I move on? Now, this is really powerful because what I'm really feeling is that you have to trust and have faith in the love that you share. Because you can try and move on and cut cords with your twin and be with someone else, and it just doesn't work because you know you belong together. You can try and be with someone else, but it won't feel the same, and you won't want to be with that person in the long term because you know where your heart truly belongs. And it's exactly the same for the masculines. The masculines know that they should move on. So I feel what this really is if you're thinking, will they leave the karmic energy? They know that they should move on. So you're being asked to trust and have faith in the love. So let's bring in some answers around this and see what we need to know. And I feel the new moon is bringing in changes and endings. So let's connect with this. So will they leave the karmic energy? We're going to start with the Moonology manifestation. Will they leave the karmic energy? What do we need to know? I'm going to put all the cards down here. And I'm going to bring in Open Heart Oracle messages by Cat Cherry. Will they leave the karmic energy? Should you move on? So this is going to answer the question for you. What you need to know. We're going to use the With Love Oracle cards by Cat Cherry. Will they leave the karmic energy? And should you move on? What do you need to know? And I really feel that you know that you're not going to move on. You know that really you have to give them time to work it out. So we're going to use the Connection Requires Guidance cards. Will they leave the connection, the karmic energy? And should you move on? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? So I've got a couple of cards jumping out here. And I'm also going to use the Heart to Heart with the Divine Masculine cards as well. So will they leave the karmic energy? And should you move on? Here we go. Okay, so let's see what we need to know. The first thing I'm being guided to when I'm taking these cards and putting them here is this card's come out. Take a step back. So it's not that you should move on, but you need to take a step back. And that means giving them the time, the space and the room to do what they know they need to do. They know that they should move on. They're being guided to make these changes. And while they are processing and sorting it out, it's very important that you take a step back. That doesn't mean that you have to block them or move on or lay the law down. It just means there's an intense energy overwhelming the connection right now because the masculines can feel very pressured, not by you, but by their own self to make these changes because they're very aware that they need to move on, that they should move on. And you have to take a step back, or you're being guided to, so they can sort it out without your energy there. And that means, if they need space and they need room and they need to think, it's okay. It doesn't mean they don't love you or they don't want you or they're going to stay where they are. It just means they have that space to think and process without stress. And not that you give them stress, Divine Feminine, but when you're constantly there, they feel extra pressure. They feel like they're making mistakes, they feel like they're failing you, and they feel like you may be better off with someone else who can actually give you right now what you need when they can't. So take the step back because it will calm the energy down and it will move things forward. So will they leave the karmic energy? Look at this, fantasy. No one turns me on like you do. So your masculine saying to you, I want this fantasy of me and you to be a reality because no one turns me on. No one makes me feel the way that you do. No one turns me on body, mind, heart and soul like you do. And he is sick of a fantasy. He's tired of just dreaming about you and wanting it in his mind. He wants it in his life. He wants you for real. You may think this is fantasy. He's going to stay with his karmic partner, but that shows that you aren't taking the step back and allowing things to happen, because he wants you. He's saying, no one turns me on like you do. I know I need to move on to be with you the right way, because you deserve that. I deserve that. Let's make it happen. So the connection requires advice. So he may be asking for advice right now. A wise source can point you in the direction of growth. So he may be asking a divorce lawyer about how to move forward. Or he may be talking to his friends, or maybe someone who he sees as wise, like a mum or a dad, or someone he can trust in, who can help him and show him the way. So the connection requires advice. How are we going to do this? What's the next steps? How do I release myself from this karmic relationship? Do I need advice for my children or other things? So he really does understand what it needs. He needs to receive advice. And what you need to do, Divine Feminine, is to remain calm. The connection requires calm. And that's why the angels are saying, take a step back, let the dust settle and feel peace and serenity. So you have to allow the masculine to take care of this and understand it's never a choice between you and someone else, or you and someone else, or you and something else. It's between it's between them and themselves, because you are one. So they have to choose themselves. And when they choose themselves, they'll always choose you. So it's not that they are choosing the karmic partner over you, or you're not good enough, or you're not able to give them something. It's because they need to take control and choose themselves. So what you need to do is be calm and take a step back and focus on you, so that you don't overcomplicate the situation. So the connection requires simplicity. So it needs to be more simple. Right now it's complicated because there's other people involved. There may be children. There may be a piece of paper, needs a divorce, or there may be financial implications. So simplify things, simplicity. So try not to overcomplicate it in your mind. The truth is they love you. You turn them on. They want you. They want to create that fantasy into a reality. But they also need to do it the most simplest way they can without overcomplicating it. So things could be very complicated for your twin right now, and they need space to sort that out. They want to communicate, and you want to communicate. So this is about talking about it, clearing the air. But first of all, the masculine needs to communicate with himself to be able to work out what to do. So the communication also needs to be between the masculine and the karmic partner, or the masculine and the karmic energy, because it's not just about a partner or a relationship. It could be about a business partner. It could be about a boss. It could be about a friend. It could be connected with a family member, and they want to communicate. Maybe there's an addiction in the way. They could be addicted to alcohol or something else, and they need advice about that. So they want to talk about it. They want to communicate. They want to let you know that they don't want you to move on. So should you move on, you know that instead you want to communicate, you want to talk about it, you want to help, you want to give advice, you want to be there. But it's so important right now you take a step back. That's totally different than moving on. You try to move on, you can't. I tried to move on and I couldn't. Why? Because me and Georgia won. It wouldn't make sense to move on. All I needed to do was give more of my time and energy back to myself and work on service and focus on peace and gratitude and breath work and doing all the things that light me up inside. And then I allowed the journey and the situation and the union to happen by itself. I'm trying to find the strength that you have. So your masculine is saying to you, I need strength to leave this karmic partner. I need strength to communicate. I need strength to ask for advice. I need strength to make changes. And I'm trying to find that strength right now. And you have that strength and you're inspiring me. You're giving me what I need. Your warmth is helping me to carry on. So please don't give up on me or move on, because I'm finding the strength to change. And I love that we have so much to share all the time. So your masculine is saying to you, it never gets boring with you. It never gets old with you. I want to share my life with you all the time. And we have so much to share with each other all the time. That's what I want. And that's also what he fantasizes about. We have so much to share. He doesn't want to share his time anymore with his karmic partner or doing a job he hates or being around people that don't serve him. He wants to spend that time with you. And we've got unleash your kindest self. So really the answer for you right now is to unleash your kindest self. What your masculine needs is support and love and kindness and gentleness and compassion and understanding. And if you've left a karmic situation yourself in your life, you know how hard it can be and how you need to have support and not feel rushed or pressured in any way. And that way you follow through on your plans. That way you do it the right way. So be kind, divine feminine. Be gentle. That doesn't mean you're a walkover. It doesn't mean you're the other woman. It doesn't mean that you're accepting breadcrumbs. It means that you are operating in your higher self. And also see the bigger picture. Understand there's a reason for this karmic situation. There's a reason for this person or this job or this addiction because it's teaching your masculine a big lesson. It's helping them to value themselves, to take control and to move on. And it's helping you to see things in a higher way so you don't take it personally, so you don't feel like you're competing for attention. You realize your own worth and your own self-worth and your own value. And you realize that there's nobody like you. So the connection allows you and the karmic situation allows you to grow and learn. So that karmic relationship has substance and value in that moment because it's growing the both of you. So you know that you can try and move on, you know you can't. But I feel this is the masculine taking your hand and saying, I know I need to move on. I know that's what I should do. And I want to leave this karmic partner or this karmic energy behind to create a divide so I'm free for you. And I am definitely feeling this energy today of the masculines letting you know that they are living separate lives from the person that they are living with or engaged to or married to or they've got a baby with, or they're saying, I'm sleeping on the sofa. I don't want to be in that energy. And I feel someone out there may have got engaged and now they're regretting it. They may have been they're feeling pushed or rushed in some way. And you may feel like your heart is broken over this. So take back your power today and say, will they leave the karmic energy? Of course they will. Why? Because I'm the one and we belong. Should I move on? Probably. But I know that I don't want to because I see a bigger picture. I'm going to unleash my kindest self and I'm going to focus on the end result like the archer, like the Sagittarius energy. I'm going to embrace adventure in my life because we have so much to share all the time. And I know my masculine wants to share my life with me. I'm finding the strength from heaven because I want to communicate, and I'm going to talk to my angels and guides and ask for help to simplify things so I don't overcomplicate this situation and I keep my calm. And I'm there for my masculine if he needs advice, but I'm not going to force this on him. And I know that no one turns him on like I do. I know that I am everything to him. So I'm able to take a step back. It's safe for me to take a step back because I trust the love. And I understand that right now there's an intense energy overwhelming our connection because there's an intense energy within their connection. And that needs to be healed and sorted out to bring about change. And that's what you need to know. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.